The Neo-Reality Entertainment brand expands with a relaunch of the Neo-Reality Collective Pop Culture News Talk. Your host, Eric Brown, gives his insights and thoughts in the ever-expanding news world of comic books, professional wrestling, gaming, TV, and movies. Be sure to donate to the brand and keep up to date with additional content on YouTube channels such as Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE The Wrestleverse, and NRE Pop Culture Omniversa.
Okay, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to Neo Reality Collective. I'm your host, Eric Brown of Neo Reality Entertainment, and we're back with Dark Crisis. And this time, we're not just covering issue 5, we're covering a tie-in to the event. The Deadly Greed. Greeds, my god. Okay, anyways, enough of the Linkara references. This is written by Ram V, you know, the guy who wrote the Swamp Thing series that was actually insanely popular. And he ties in this story with the Deadly Green because of Swamp Thing's connection with the darkness, with the Great Darkness, and the history going back all the way back to Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, this is a question I'm gonna ask. So, why have I not talked about the other tie-ins to this event, like Aquaman or Dark Crisis Young Justice? Well, allow me to give you the reason for Aquaman. I read it, I just, okay, it was just a tie-in to prelude to the whole Death of the Justice League stuff. But to explain why I have not talked about at all about Dark Crisis Young Justice, I was originally actually going to, and the series sucked. Oh god. This was coming out when Young Justice Phantoms was finishing up, I believe. If you wanted WBD to find an excuse to kill off Young Justice Phantoms, that was their excuse. Say, we have Dark Crisis Young Justice, but that has nothing to do with the show. Well, screw you. That's how bad I found that. And yeah. Including the awkward cringe humor, the reveal that there was actually a supervillain character from the 90s called the Mighty and Down, which is like, what? No, legitimately, what? There was an actual villain named that, and I had to look this up, and I was like, okay, this is a thing I just learned. How is this possible? How? I know this was the 90s when she first showed up and she was never seen again, but I'm trying to wonder how they managed to bring her back in this politically corrected, charged world. I'll give them that credit. They managed to bring that character back somehow. But, yeah. We're tying into this with the Dark Crisis tie-in, the Deadly Green. Greens, my god. Where we're going to see the debut of Super Swamp Thing. Yeah, that's an actual character. Where Swamp Thing and his team and their team is going to go ahead and investigate the errors of magic to investigate the source of the dark crisis of the great energy that is the Great Darkness's sudden corruption and heel turn against the galaxy. Though I do want to reference that this is called the Great Darkness. I'm pretty certain anything that's named Great Darkness is considered evil in some aspects. But, yeah. Super Swamp Thing, aka Swamp Thing, the original OG, revealed that, yes, he was told to stop it at one point, but instead he convinced it to rest, and hijinks ensued from there. But, yeah. So, let's dig into this. Let's dig right into Dark Crisis, the Deadly Green #1, and find out something that will most likely infuriate me and confuse me. We cut to the Justice League Hall of Justice. There's a hall that is known all around the world. It is one of the building's most famous buildings ever constructed. I mean, in comics, yes, but in reality, no. To most on Earth, the hall is synonymous with the idea of justice. It is populated by living gods, people of steel, capable of unimaginable feat. Yes, like descendants of Alan Scott. There is another hall, however. It is not known all around the world. It is only not even spoken at all. It smells of strange herbs, of mulch and cigarette smoke. It feels unsavory, somehow, like a forbidden place. As we call it, John Constantine's room. Seriously, they were banking on that, weren't they? And yet it is from here, beneath the halls of justice, that wars against the magical forces are waged. So we see Jade and her brother are going ahead and traveling through the corridor of darkness that is filled with dark monsters, and then all of a sudden everything's all hunky-dory. So, yeah. And as the great darkness approaches Earth, it is where Jade and Obsidian have been summoned. Hello, kiddos. Welcome to the Super Seance. And the Seance consists of the two Swamp Things, Dr. Fate, Raven, John Constantine, Yara Flor, Nightwing, and Superboy. Or Superman. The son of Superman. Man, yeah, complicated, yeah, whatever. And it's written by Ramby, and along with two other writers, Dan Waters and Alex Paknadel. And it features a variety of artists from Daniel Bayliss, Tom Derenick, and George Cambitis, Brent, Peeples. I butchered all of them, didn't I? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Jennifer Lynn Todd. Thank you both for coming. Dad, what's going on? Jade, Obsidian? We've not met. I'm Superman. We need your help. Dr. Fate explains to the twins that the Great Darkness is coming to Earth because it has somehow been corrupted. Oh yeah, it definitely has been corrupted, especially with the whole plot point of this whole story falling apart. Obsidian knows that this is to be true. His powers are born of darkness too. He can feel the wrongness with his own shadows. My God. And he didn't think to tell anyone this sooner when this started happening? Okay. So, yeah, we get a recap of what's going on up to this point, like with the narration of the mad scientist Pariah and whatnot, and his return, and how the Earth Zero heroes are currently united to stop the spread, and have split off into teams to fight this war on all of its fronts, and yada yada yada. Fate explains that he and Constantine have a plan, a way to get close to the darkness, but it's a strategy fraught with risks. In the past, the Lantern Rings, particularly mine, has shown a connection to the primordial darkness. It was designed to absorb and shape magic to bend it to my will. That same will should be able to shield them, but the ring is a place of magical fire, so you need to take darkness into its life for it to exist there, right? You need to bring the darkness into you. No. According to Jeff Johns, magic is just the scraps of creation that's been discarded by time. Yeah, that's the thing. So Obsidian puts two and two together and says, that's why you brought me here. Brought us here, me here. But the darkness, the way it is now, if it took over you, you'd never come back. Neither would anyone in the ring. I can't do that to you, Dad. I can't. Everyone here believes in you, Obsidian. Things move quickly after that. No time for doubts or second thoughts. Wow, that was a good pep talk. I can't do it. I believe in you, okay? The team has already been chosen. Two monsters tethered to the green who should have power over the constructs they will find within the ring. A half-demon sorceress is teleported or used to traversing astral planes. A laughing magician to guide their way, who smokes a lot. And the new Superman, who, just like his father, would never ask others to undertake a risk he would not. The other heroes, specifically Dr. Fate, Yara Flor, Nightwing, and Jade, will stand guard in case anything should try to come back from them with them. Just stand on the side. I mean, it's not like Dr. Fate, out of all of those four, could do something to help. He's Dr. Freaking Fate. Green Lantern smiles at his son as he steels himself, but there's no mistaking the worry at its edges. And then, as everyone watches, Obsidian reaches out with a gentle finger, and the darkness spews into the lantern, causing the great green flames of the Green Lantern. The room is filled with the screams and flames of the Green Lantern. And everyone's sucked in there. And then the travelers are gone, as Alan Scott starts freaking out. Meanwhile, we cut back to the team that's been teleported into the ring. That's a thing. Raven's mother named her Rachel after the one in the Toro. Rachel, who stole her father's Laban's idols when he tricked her out of her legacy. Raven's father was a demon Trigon, as she wanted no part of his legacy. In fact, she ran through 9 hells to escape it. That felt unusual. Wow, that sucked just as much as I thought it would. Does anyone else feel like they're being pulled into all the 3 directions at once? She's never known whether her name was meant to be an instruction or a sick joke. She was always too afraid to ask. Wait, where are Holland and Constantine? They were with us. Alec Holland is a memory. In the green, he has no human will to manifest in this place. He resides in me. Oh yeah, the swamp thing, there's 2 of them now. But Constantine, I do not know. We must move quickly. The darkness will soon overwhelm this place. Guess that means I better take a closer look, huh? Come on, John, you can do this. You can live up to the shield. Oh, but if there's one thing Raven has learned in the company of child and inspired by heroes, it's this. A legacy of light can be as great as a burden as one of the darkness. Oh, wow. And space! Wait. What? Whoa! Oh, and he collapses. The world is all wrong. A product of a stalemate between 2 wills that cannot hold. I also cannot teleport in a place where no here and no there. It appears we must approach the great darkness as pilgrims on foot. And Superman freaks out and throws a green destroyed car. So I can't even fly here? We must press on. The darkness is in this place will soon impair our minds. Do you hear as Raven does it? Come, we must find such solid ground as we can turn and traverse it before it comes apart. As Raven's eyes suddenly start to glow, start to become encompassed by the darkness, because you would think someone who has powers that's based on dark magic would be a victim of the darkness first. She's wondering if they think this is her fault. How could she not? After all, she's a daughter of darkness, bound for life to a ravering will. Follow me. Meanwhile, Constantine is falling. Seems like Swamp Thing, even throughout time and space, wants to kill Constantine. Well, this is familiar. The heroes all set out to save the day, but not old John. No, John gets whisked away, torn across dimensions into some bog's dark cranny with no up or down. Leave me out of it, I said. I'm just an old decrepit thing playing at a younger game, I said. But no one listened to the old John. You don't seem afraid, John Constantine. Oh, I've had my share of darkness, guy. It all starts to look a little the same with time, great or not. You are insolent. Yes, it's a character flaw, so I've been told. Yes, and somehow this landed me with the beautiful Zatanna on multiple occasions. Things appear bleak this time, don't they, John? All this humor and bravado, you're only putting on a brave face. Things look always bleak. Isn't that your whole thing? Is it now? Well, you sought out the great darkness, John Constantine, so speak. So we got the Upside Down Man who appeared back in the pages of James Tynion and Rambeef's Justice League Dark. Why has the great darkness returned? Why now? No, you got it all upside down, John. Have I really returned? Or have I been waiting for the lights to go out and the show to begin? You're all so good at claiming the brightness, but it's only in the dwindling that the truth of you lies. Is he going to? Yes, I imagine this will be painful. And Superman tries to jump and fly, only to fail miserably and crash. And something lodged in there. Ow! And that column of darkness. Is it causing this crisis? I'd say it's a good bet. There's no sun here either, feeling pretty rough. I also have dark tendril spots like the symbol of Brainiac on my neck. I think we should be concerned. Perhaps it is the darkness itself sapping your strength. There are a few things heavier than one's own shadow, John Kent. Stopping would allow us to... No, we press on. We've been scraping through this insanity for hours. Hours? It's only been like 2 pages. And we don't seem to be getting any closer. My body has changed since we arrived. It has been minutes at most. Time moves differently here. Wait a second. That's the car I crushed when we got here. Why is it here? We've been going in circles! He rips the car apart. Oh, god damn it. So, John Kent's handling this responsibly, destroying property of the Green. Why? Raven, you were to be our guide in this place. Why did you not admit we were lost? We aren't. Alan Scott Mai is trying to protect himself. His contracts are recoiling from the darkness. You are a creature of darkness, Rachel Roth. My muscles blench in your presence. If it is corrupted, are you too? I wonder. Get out of my face, Swamp Breath. Oh, don't worry. Once Garfield Logan wakes up, he's going to kill Swamp Thing if he hears what he just said, what Swamp Thing has been saying. And Superman takes this not so well. Damn it, he's right, isn't he, Raven? We should have never brought you along. Not here. We should have figured out another way. It was constantly wanting me along on this mission, and then she starts to kick their ass. Because I understand the darkness. I live with it. A fraction of an inch from my heart at all times. Nearer than my next breath. And I can tell when it's affecting me, unlike the both of you. Raven? This is home for you, isn't it? I'm sun, fire, and nothingness without end. I have a feeling you don't want us leaving this place at all. Oh, damn it, he's been corrupted. Threatening a companion in anger over your ignorance isn't what your dad would have done. How un-Superman-like. You know nothing of my dad or what it takes to be like him. I could show you if I want. I'm going to channel in my inner Superboy Prime. Wait, why are we even doing this? Only to catch me, child of two sons, before the darkness takes you entirely. So anyways, Alan Scott is not handling it well while Obsidian fires a finger of darkness into his nose. Goes, Dad, you're pushing too hard. Dad! I need to stop it. Look at him. He can't take anymore. If you stop now, the balance will be lost. The light will devour those who went into the ring. I don't understand what's happening to him. I'm flooding him with nightmares. Every moment of panic when you think about losing what's dear to you, every dark thought that comes to you at 2 a.m. when you can't sleep, he's feeling a lifetime of that all at once. What is he meant to do against that? We must hope he can do what humanity has always done. Put up enough walls, light enough fires to drive the darkness away. We must hope he has to create the will to create the face of futility. So we get back to the Upside Down Man talking to John Constantine. Do you see, John? It is only in my presence that you are free to be who you really are. Revealing a Trigon, much to his shock. And the truth always lies at the extremes, don't you think? Do you really know John Kent can live up to his father's legacy if it's not in the face of darkness? Is Levy deserving of the trust his will puts him in, even in this dark hour? And Raven, is it not only because of me that she strives so hard to be anything else but herself? Father of the Year! Oh, take it from me, the extremes are overrated. I've been around, I've seen things a long time. And the best parts of us have nothing to do with the truth. No, they lie in a messy middle. No, not day or night, but afternoon glow or the dwindling twilight. So, is that it? Is this all some kind of test? Here you are, a minuscule thing out in the dark, and still your vanity knows no end. You do realize Constantine has possibly the most ego-stroking complex he's ever developed before, right? Like, he'll get drunk one night and think it was a Passover, then he'll be romantic with Zatanna, then he realizes he hates Batman, then he'll go ahead and flirt with Sharkman, and sleep with Shark King. That was a thing that actually happened at one point. Yeah, it turns out in the Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, turns out Constantine revealed he had a relationship with Shark King. King Shark is a shark. And when you think about that, it's, weird. I was here before everything. Do you even know what that means? The first star, an invisible twinkle from where you are now standing, that was born in defiance of me. And yet how long has it dwindled out of my memory? To stand in the face of timelessness and think you are being tested, like a raft in a storm thinking the ocean exists to test its metal. Yeah, so how come you haven't just killed Constantine yet in your hand, great Trigon of Darkness? The truth of the matter, John Constantine, is that my eternal existence is a canvas against which you play out your struggles. Without knowing where the edges lie, how could you possibly fathom the middle? You have opened my hand, seeking answers, and found it empty. Is it your own hubris that has brought you here? The corruption, like me, was always at the heart of you. And I have countless instances of life that litter all of time. I shall watch you undo it in glory, or I shall watch it be your undoing. Speechify! So anyways, as chaos starts brewing all throughout the room, Swamp Thing decides to handle this very, very gracefully. He decides to attack Raven. What have you done to us, creature? Levy, for the last time, it's not me, it's this place. The darkness weakens us, but it seems to nourish you. No. Oh, for as our sake, it's in you. Crawling back to your master? I don't think so. It's not your fault, Raven. This place, it plays tricks on the mind. Of course you were always going to succumb to the darkness first. How could you not? If I have to keep you here to stop it, I will. Yes, it is time. Raven, it's time to cast out the darkness once and for all. My dad would have found a better way. Listen to yourselves, please. I failed him, haven't I? I'm sorry, Raven. You haven't, not yet. This is the way out. Let his warmth cut through. Remember. Release him, creature. Levy, you fool, you don't understand. There, you stand revealed in all your foulness. Levy, stop. She really is trying to help. How? I am born of darkness. It is a part of me. You made it here because you are both creatures of the sun, able to endure it. I made it here because I know every one of its names, and it cannot harm me. So why did you lead us in circles? I didn't. I couldn't. Alan Scott's construct shifted us around as his mind tried to protect itself from the pure negation. But there's a part of me that will always be drawn to where the darkness lies in a human soul. But all the rest of me, I want better for us all. It is up to you now, sons of Earth. This is as far as I go. As Alan Scott goes ahead and starts to lit the room in green flames, and Obsidian goes ahead and struggles with darkness. And Jay just points out, okay, this is enough. Okay, enough. If we don't do something, this whole hole's gonna collapse. They won't hurt us. That's my father and brother, Nightwing, and they're both being idiots. Jenny Lynn? And even he can't sustain this. It's going to burn him out. I'm not increasing the darkness, but he's blazing so hard against it. Of course he is. That's all we do. Come on, Todd. I don't want to get any closer to him. I don't want to hurt him. You wouldn't. You won't. We couldn't. And Swamp Thing gets set on fire. This is too much. I can barely approach it. But I cannot, Levy. It must be you. If I were to touch the darkness, it would not consume me, but its hold over me would be absolute. That which is human in me would be snuffed out in an instant, leading to another disaster that will never be stopped. That can't be it. We're so close. Perhaps not. I can still hear the greed even here. At reason's edge, it's showing us the way. I saw what the darkness did to you, Levy. Maybe if my father, but your father is not here. You are Superman. What do you need? Here, the darkness will consume us individually, but together we may have a chance. You are a child of Krypton. I'm Jonathan Kent, but you are a child of Earth too. We are human. At our best, we raise each other up. As we see the birth of Super Swamp Thing! Do you see now? I'm not usually one to get all emotional about the goodness and light and hope in us as figments. I've been around long enough to know better. All that power dressed in costumes and pageantry to hide unstable creatures trying to find some measure of normalcy in all this, laden with responsibility of knowing but without the excuse of helplessness, this is what they are at the extremes. But in the middle, the boring, mundane middle, they're just people. You've been watching us for so long, you should know by now, in the darkness, people will always find their way. As the darkness tries to retreat, there you go. Blaming me again, John Constantine. When all I've done is call you down here for a chat. Revealing Lucifer, I believe. So I offer you a retort. I know your capacity for infernal greatness. If only for a moment you are deserving of all the love and adoration bestowed upon you. By all the time you've been in existence, have I ever looked upon life by anything but fascination? Don't you see I sit here in the black for all eternity? Your flicker is the only light I get. I would never snuff you out, John. You'll manage that all by yourself. Dad, can you hear me? I'm kind of on fire at the moment. Even this great fault, this great pall, this dark crisis is of your own making. All the light in the world, all the fires of civilization, they don't make the darkness any less. They might hide it, they might comfort us, but the truth is that the heart of it is always the same. When it comes down to us, there's only us against the dark. We sit here, together, back to back in the night, and trust that we're enough when the fire goes out. Jenny Lynn? Todd? We're here, Dad, and we'll be here when the fire goes out. Let them dim. Thank you, God, for you both. And he collapses and hits his head on the table. Do not be alarmed. We are with you now. Yes, I know, the greed. We are bounded to that which is human in you. I feel different. The pain is ours. We will spare you as much as ever we can. For we have arrived to Super Swamp Thing! Oh wow. Is this how Levy sees everything all the time? I can see all these scales of time and space simultaneously. There are whole nations beneath my fingernails. Nations! Jonathan Kent, even with our support, your body and mind cannot endure close proximity to the darkness for long. Oh, don't worry. Poison Ivy will beat Swamp Thing eventually. You're right. Sorry, I see it. The obstruction, a splinter in the black. Can I just reach in? John, the flames are falling. We don't have much time. It's cold. How can it be burning cold? As John does the only logical thing that any Superman character would do. Punch it! Revealing Pariah's machine. That's Pariah's machine, isn't it? It's him. He's the fulcrum of all this. I have given you all the answers you'll have from me, Constantine. I hope you will remember this in favor for you're the next person that arrives and comes knocking upon your door. I hope you will know the truth that I am by my very nature incapable of hate. If anything, I am the greatest romantic you'll ever meet. Do you understand now, John? I love Bowie too. Now go and do not darken my door again. As Constantine falls back to reality. Why are they not back yet? Do I need to go and get Nightwing to come back? Is my dad okay? He'll be just dandy. But it's a little darkness, eh? John, Rachel, are you alright? Constantine, thank God, we didn't have a chance, but it spat us out. We were going to look for you. Don't worry about me. All I did was this Chinwei egg with the dark. You did all the hard work, and look. You returned bearing a gift. I don't know what this is. This is Pariah's. This is a machine that started all with the first crisis. It was lodged in the darkness. Pariah? It's all Pariah? The darkness isn't the corruption in us. We're the corruption in it. Okay, I have so many questions I have to ask. The machine... So, please note, this is a tie-in comic giving out this big, crucial plot twist that, when you think about it for more than a minute, kind of falls apart. Like, how is Pariah able to talk to the Great Darkness? Who was speaking to the Pariah this whole time? Was it, like, is it all in his head? Is he just making it up as he goes along? I don't know. You tell me, comic. Is it... But, like, the multiverse is there's no omniverse, even though everything in Infinite Frontier era was, alluding that this was all the omniverse now. But now in Dark Crisis, you say it's not the omniverse. But, like, oh, god damn it. Yeah, this whole story just confuses me to no end. There is a hall from which wars against magical forces are waged. It is spoken. It is a place not spoken of. Those who dwell there are accustomed to operating in the dark. They battle it. They bargain with it. They insist it doesn't take the same toll anymore. And yet, what is this? Is a hall, if not walls and lights put up against the dark? And what are any of us but a flicker waiting to be snuffed? The saga continues in the pages of Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. Oh, that's the end of that particular issue, and I am once more left wondering, why would you include this critical plot twist in a tie-in? When you're introducing plot twists in the tie-ins, that's not a sign that this is really structured well. I'm like, they're gonna address it somewhat in the final issues of Dark Crisis, but you're kind of just left wondering, wait, why? Then who's talking to Pariah? Why was this whole stuff with Justice League Incarnate alluding that the darkness is the source of everything that went wrong in the Crisis on Infinite Earths, from Crisis, Perpetua, Alexander Luthor, Superboy Prime, Darkseid, Final Crisis, Infinite Crisis, Zero Hour. What was the whole point of that now? And then you're just turning around and saying, it's the Great Darkness that did it. But now you're saying it's not the Great Darkness that did it? Like, are you saying it was Pariah? Like, his machine operates in a way that is sabotaging everything, that if the machine was never in there, all these other crises would never have happened? Is that like your get out of jail free card for this, to explain away everything other than the fact that it was just insane villains who were ready to kill us all? I'm so confused. But we'll be back after this break and messages as we tremble into Dark Crisis number 5 and finally end this part of the podcast. See you soon, everybody. Well, everyone, we're here. Let's dig into the meat and potatoes of this whole event, Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, issue 5, and see what horrendous craziness awaits us after the plot twist of a tie-in. So anyways, the multiverse is being consumed by the darkness, so an average Wednesday for DC. As Black Adam is getting his butt kicked by the now controlled Legion of Doom and Secret Society. Shazam! And he spews them off with his lightning. Just as it was for the Dark Army before you, my power is too strong for, and Sinestro shut him up. No more words. Join us, Black Adam, or die. Translation, join us, and together we can rule the darkness as... I can't say father and son or anything like that, just, honestly, I don't even know why you're even the big event here. Then we get the arrival of the Justice League, the Justice DC heroes, or in fact, I don't even know what to call this team. Superboy, Superman, Justice League, John Kent. I miss when he was Superboy a little bit. Or Superboy 2, or whatever. So anyways, the Neo Justice League, let's go with that, come in and save the day with the words of inspiration. Holy crap! Yeah, that's inspiring. What's wrong? Go, go, go! I got you. Let's get the hell out of here. What is wrong with the Legion of Doom? You cannot escape the darkness. As Black Manta fires his lasers, you would think Aquaman would be a little more emotional seeing his dad possessed by darkness, because the panel directly showed Black Manta shaped character shooting lasers at his son and missing to the point that I'm pretty certain stormtroopers would be laughing at him. So they escape with no emotional connection, with no emotional resonance on that. Please tell me that was not zombies. Okay, look, I know you're trying to go, I know you're warp and everything, but stop acting like you're Spider-Man. Oh wait, he's sideways, got it. It's worse sideways. A cosmic darkness has overtaken them. You saved me. Why? Your JL communicator was still on. That was possibly the worst bum call in history. You're lucky it was us that found you. If it were, say, the Legion of Doom, they would have left you for dead. What did you see, Mr. Terrific? Question, how does Black Adam not know his JL communicator was still on? 2, that has got to be the most embarrassing call ever. Bum call ever. And 3, I am curious to know if they're going to use that for blackmail material. That you were right, Nightwing. Of course he is. He was trained by Batman. My T-Spears were able to get a quick scan of Deathstroke and his army. Slade is the key to everything. His forces not only attack heroes, but spread the darkness. And as the darkness grows, so too does the darkness in the multiverse. We are on the edge of a massive crisis. As we've seen heroes and villains battling it out in the war of the multiverse. Well, I call it the Legacy War. Oracle put a call out to everyone to come to the Hall of Justice. Every hero you can reach. We need to be together. Wouldn't that make Deathstroke direct all his forces towards us? If Deathstroke wants a fight, let's give it to him. Dark Crisis, Chapter 5. Together! Yay. It's beautiful. The Infinite Earth's return! Soon you will see all the plotting, all the violence. It was all worth it. All of it. Hey, if Hal and Barry are on the case, it's only a matter of time before they save the Justice League. You're due for the ass kicking of infinite lifetimes, Pariah. Why do you resist? Why can't you just see it my way? I'm going on Twitter for this. Oh, great darkness, I hear you. I hear your hate. I will keep my promise. Life will come from death, and the crisis will come. The Green Lanterns are right. The Justice League will reunite. I'm counting on it. Meanwhile, on Earth, Batman, as he goes ahead and fights Flash in his steampunk setting, Bruce, come on, we've done this dance before, and I've almost kicked your ass on multiple occasions, but the only reason I haven't stopped you is because I'm not a psychopath. Would you just stop showing off? Your little fantasy world is looking like it wants to crash and burn. Hal Jordan comments on everything as Black Lightning strikes the world, and not the superhero Black Lightning. Its vibrations are speeding up so much that it's becoming unstable, like a giant bomb. I'd be fascinated if I didn't think all reality was in danger. Yeah. After our last meeting, I prepared. I don't need to hit you, Barry. And of course, Batman has a device that somehow pulls at the Speed Force. It's pulling at the Speed Force, dragging it like a ball and chain. Barry, you hear that? He does know you. And if he prepared, that means our Bruce is still in there. And this prison world is fading, so is the illusion. My ring wasn't gone, it was just hidden, but it can't hide from my will. Will is nothing. There is only the night. I am Batman, edgelord of the extremities. Yeah, same old Brucey. Maybe to make you realize this place is fake, I need to show you your real world. Revealing the Bat family. Hooray. Hey, Bruce's heroes that will be destroyed by the end of all this. Also, I just now realized, where's Huntress in this? In fact, isn't she part of the Bat family? In fact, where's Orpheus? Isn't he technically back now by the logic of Dark Knight's death metal? And in fact, John Paul Valley, we're not gonna reference them, we're just gonna reference the more famous ones, even though Huntress has had her moment in the sun. Okay. Barry? How? That moment you woke up can be a doozy, I know, but Bruce, we need your help. How do we free the rest of the League from these fake realities and get ourselves home? How do we make them see these worlds are a lie? Who else do we know who is an expert in truth? Oh man, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Diana, see how she'll encounter these two, and they'll fight to the death on this. As more Infinite Earths return, the multiverse expands, and now for something completely different. Like an infection, dark energy spreads across it like wildfire, closing in on us. If we want any chance of surviving this, we must break into teams. We need one team to investigate the spreading darkness and try to contain it. The JSA can help there. Thanks, Alan. We'll need more heroes for what we have planned. Our allies have answered the call, but some rejected it. Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes. Okay. That annoyed me when I saw that. I was like, we're really just having him be the one that rejects it? Well, new faces stepped up. Oh, Red Canary, your contributions to this event comic has been lack and ing. That leaves us to take on Deathstroke, just like old times, right? And us, Nightwing, sir, Titans Academy was our home and we want to help. Yeah, so the heroes of Titans Academy have arrived. No tie-in to explain what they were doing this whole time. Me too. Oh, Garfield Logan's back, everyone. Yay! I've got a score to settle. Oh, he has an eye patch now. He's becoming like Deathstroke. I know, man, I know. I could tell you were there at my bedside. Dude, what are you doing? You are a true warrior, Garfield. Yes, like how my former alternate universe husband would be, considering that he slept with Barbara right before our wedding. So I'm calling you the true warrior. You really think I wouldn't show up for your final exam? Looks like you got the first line of defense, kid. The GSA and I have total faith in you. I wish we had more time. Isn't that always the way? We'll handle the multiverse. Just make sure we have a home to come back to, okay? Nightwing! The Gray's darkness isn't controlling Pariah! As discovered in Dark Crisis, the Deadly Green, out now! Oh, goddammit. Yeah, let's just give away the plot twist and the most over nowhere problem ever. Pariah's mind has corrupted it. We weren't able to find out how, but we were able to extract the Pariah's original antimatter chamber. It was the machine Pariah built on his world that triggered the destruction of the original Infinite Multiverse. I'll get this to the lab. Dude, you won't believe the stuff we saw. It's bad, real bad, I know. Dr. Light, how good are you with a scalpel? I'm not that kind of doctor. Details? Come on, I've got a plan. Well, he'll be heading off to his own tie-in, Dark Crisis, the Dark Army. Oh, god damn it. So, essential plot lines for the final battle. Guys, we got it incoming. Wally West is here, hooray! As we hear the ground rumble, rumble, rumble. Heroes, past, present, and future, I warned you! You hide in this testament to your fallen Justice League. It's fitting this is where their legacy finally dies. As the villains of the Secret Society and the Legion of Doom have now converged their forces into the battlefield of the Halls of Justice, leading to all-out war. That guy really loves to hear himself talk. Let's go shut him up. Ah, Donna Troy's here. She said a line. Oh, I can't wait to see the awesomeness that she's going to do. Well, she's not really going to, but this is now the greatest comic in the history of all mankind. Because we got something for Donna Troy to do something. Remember, no matter what happens, Deathstroke is the target. Mr. Derenick thinks if we take him down, it will stop the spread of the darkness. Oh, you out of your minds! Oh, Mr. Black Adam. You're crazy. He just strikes lightning at the ground. You march toward your death. Black Adam, we didn't save you so you could be our messenger of doom. Join us or get out of our way. You are a fool, son of Kal-El. That darkness will spread to each and every one of you. I've seen the horrors this darkness inflicts too many times. This battle is lost, and we will need gods to come even close to survival. Yeah, that actually raises a very important question. Where are the Greek pantheons in all this? In fact, where are the Roman pantheons? Or where are the Norse gods? Like, they've all been established as part of the DC universe, and every religion is technically existing. Why aren't they here? What makes you think sidekicks will succeed where so many others have failed? Ha! We are not sidekicks! That's been dead since probably the 90s. Heck, I think even the 2000s was pushing it. I think we kind of died off as a species in the mid-2000s, then we just became our own heroes. The multiverse will not be saved by children. Joke's on you, the Legion of Superheroes exists. Wait, why aren't they here as well? Yeah, see, when they had... yeah... The multiverse will not be saved by children. You are not the Justice League. We never were. We're the Titans. Somewhere, Linkara is having a massive fan moment, realizing the Titans are gaining the spotlight. As they all charge to war. Titans together, children trying to step into their parents' shoes again. How many times does that need to end in tragedy? Except for you, my daughter. Prove me wrong. Kill Nightwing. Meanwhile, that's Earth Superman. Oh, well, considering how in the tie-in, Superman has established that he is aware that this is a fake world, and he's just trying to live out the fantasy he could have had, you know, Brian Michael Bendis not come in and wrecked everything. He then looks up to the sky as the world collapses around him. You can put the lasso away, Diana. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, they went ahead and got everybody that quick. We'll see. I need to be sure that you understand your real family's not here. This place is imaginary. It's so much more than that, Clark. These worlds are ticking time bombs of crisis energy. Hey, the one thing that held over from Dark Knight's death metal. I doubt Pariah understands the full scope of what he's done, and we need to stop him. I can move us between worlds. That would probably cause a reboot of the universe. Let's be real, I'm kind of a liability at this point when it comes to that continuity nonsense. But I can't get enough speed to get us back out and to confront him. You've done enough, old friend. You and Hal found a way to bring us together. Thank you. Hal points out the obvious. You're surprisingly calm. Batman, being his buddy in crime and all that, decides to point out the obvious. It's because he's angry. When he's really calm, it's because he's really angry. Ah, yes. Pariah is screwed. He pissed off Superman. I tried to escape so many times over the years, but my world wouldn't let me, so instead I studied. Pariah used our minds to build these dream worlds, but I have become lucid. This place is only a prison so far as our imagination will allow it. As the world disintegrates around him, he continues. Pariah thought he could keep me trapped by giving me a happily ever after with my family. Yes, a world where Brian Michael Bendis never wrote me. And Action Comics. With John Romita Jr. Wait. He thought that would be enough, but it was still a world without the Justice League. Oh, yep, we have a tie-in to our tie-ins, the Worlds Without Justice League stuff. We focus on what is real. Our mental connections and the construction of these worlds will pull us together. And what exactly do we focus on? What else? Our friends. The power of friendship saves the world. Oh, great darkness, speak to me. Are you satisfied? Our wishes come together. At last my world will return. And he realizes the darkness is that the infinite Earths are, well, exploding. It's wrong! The infinite Earths are unstable! I'm losing power! I need more! More worlds! More heroes! Green Lanterns! Let's see what kind of worlds you create! And he's blown up in the back. Yarg! You're done, Pariah. Stop this, now! Revealing the Justice League have reunited in their World's Round Justice League outfits. I'm kind of surprised that carried over. No! My machine needs your powers for the infinite Earths to return. How? What the hell are you doing here? Saving your green... Oliver? Are you real? Save your tyranny reunions. Especially since I'm trying to wonder how on earth you were still alive, even though Doomsday smashed your head in. Wait, how does that even work? This is far from over. I killed you. Your very existence is tied to these new worlds in your image. If these worlds die, you will be erased. As the battle of, well, the Hall of Justice continues, it's too many. We can't get to Deathstroke. Soon my curse will be lifted, and I will know happiness again. The multiverse will be restored. I warned you all that this would happen. Stop, please. Now the children must pay for your actions. But at what cost? I gave you a gift, Superman. A chance at happiness. It wasn't real. I know for a fact that I was written by Brian Michael Bendis. That era will never get scrubbed away cleanly. Unless Lex Luthor uses a power source to go ahead and erase the world's collective memory, and my son somehow reverts back to his 10-year-old self. But that will kind of undo a ton of storylines and make things very confusing. And kinda awkward. And neither is what the darkness promised you. Oh no. Meanwhile, John Kent, speaking of the devil, realizes they're too late. We're too late. You feel that? My hopes have finally been answered. The crisis calls me. What happens next is on you, Justice League. As he teleports away, much to Superman's anger, as the battle rages on with Supergirl landing a punch on Vandal Savage. It's now or never. Help me clear a path to Deathstroke. Where did he go? Pariah's powers are given to him by the Monitor, pull him toward a world on the verge of destruction. You will only get one shot, boy. Nice of you to join us. So Black Adam arrives to save the day. His dark army is gone. He must have pulled them along with him. Pariah said you need more heroes. Earth Zero. We need to get to them now. What about what Pariah said? If you go home, will the Justice League be erased? Huh. He's an insane megalomaniac. He's trying to use your fears. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. You're all imbeciles. So an explosion rips the Hall of Justice as Nightwing kinda curses out, saying, "Shh." I was right. We weren't enough. Today is truly the end. And at the end of the issue, we see the Dark Army arrive, led by Pariah, with Slade, Deathstroke, Necron, let's see, Doomsday, some other guy I don't remember, the God of War, which kind of makes once again the question of why are the Greek gods not involved in this? The Spectre, like the Quintessence are dead and controlled by the darkness, so that makes sense. And Eclipso, I think? I could be wrong. The true darkness is here. Next, death to the DC Universe. So that's the end of Dark Crisis issue 5. And okay, Daniel St. Pierre's art was awesome, kind of expected, and mostly this has just been one gigantic action scene with some character pathos and a super awesome explosion, awesome moment seeing Nightwing with the Titans now taking the lead. But I'm still annoyed that Jaime Reyes decided to opt out because he's obviously going to come in at the last minute, which raises multiple questions about who left and who decided not to partake in the final battle until the last minute. And Black Adam continues to be the Doomsday guy, because we need to have more Doomsday in our life, right? While the literal embodiment of Doomsday comes in and is ready to wreck everyone's you-know-whats. Yeah. Also, like I said, the plot twist makes no sense when you think about it for more than a minute. So, yeah, the True Darkness is here, and considering the fact that you have a God's righteous vengeance on their side, yeah, like I said, where are the gods in all this? Shouldn't they be helping out? Shouldn't we be seeing Hercules going ahead and wailing, Hercules or Thor wielding their respective weapons on the Spectre? Yeah, I don't get it. Like, when you have something like the Quintessence under their control, you would think that, well, there would be more. In fact, wait, now that I think about it, where are the Justice League Incarnate? They're never shown in this issue or any of the other subsequent remaining issues until, like, the epilogue. In fact, now that I also think about it, wouldn't it have made sense if the new gods of New Genesis are involved in this event, like Orion, the High Father, considering Darkseid's involved with this? In fact, shouldn't more Green Lantern Corps be showing up? Like, I know we saw them a few issues ago, but they're kind of preoccupied with their own battle, so okay, fine. But I'm just trying to wonder about the gods, the new gods, the old gods getting involved in this fight and becoming an all-action melee fest. No answer? You're not going to provide an answer to this? I mean, like, Final Crisis was the new gods were all dead and Darkseid reigned supreme. Infinite Crisis, you could make the argument everyone was just so fighting against one another that it was an all-out multiversal galactic war. To the point that the space-time continuum changed and Crisis on Infinite Earths actually carried everything that was going on in the DC universe at the time. And Zero Hour was where time was erased. So, yeah. Anyways, but beyond the criticisms I have about this entire event, this so far has been a pretty good one, with the artwork especially carrying a lot of it. And we do get the characterization true to their characters, and imagine the world without Brian Michael Bendis writing Superman. Truly, that would have been a happy ending for Superman. At least until the next writer came in and screwed him up. Oh, don't worry, Superman's doing well right now after Brian Michael Bendis left. No deal with the devil thing they were rumoredly going to do at the time had Bendis and 5G happened. Because one more day just wasn't a patent warning for people. So, yeah. We'll see y'all again next time. I'm on here on Neo Reality Collective, Pop Culture News and Reviews Talk, and I will be your host, Eric Brown, as always. Check out for more, stay tuned for this last break, and we'll see y'all again next time. Take care.
Be sure to donate to the brand and keep up to date with additional content on YouTube channels such as Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE The Wrestleverse, and NRE Pop Culture Omniversa.